Tutera. I hope that today's video will be very helpful in the essence of where we are today regarding a very important topic, which is postponing versus canceling. Neither of those two things do we want to have to deal with, but often it comes up in a scenario where we are today globally. I'd like to recoin it a different word, actually. Before I go on, I would like to call it rescheduling. I think it's a more positive direction on how we can see, all of our clients' celebrations as being, not ended. It'll definitely be happening in the future. Rescheduling to me is giving hope and allowing us to still continue to have a business. But there are a lot of things you need to do before you can actually offer that concept of reschedule. First of all, clients are calling all of us up. I know that I have been dealing with it for 2.5 weeks, and I'm sure all of you right now are dealing with it, and it is alarming, concerning, and I know that we are all wanting to have our clients' events, but we have to handle everything right now with such sensitivity. And we really do need to be very, very connected and make sure that we are communicating with our clients. Here's what I'd like for you all to do. Go through your list of clients, speak to all of the vendors per event, and make sure that all the actual vendors are willing to push forward their deposits to be able to be then rescheduled the event to a future date. Now, once you have all that information from all of the vendors, and there may be some vendors that can't do that, or possibly right now many of them want to participate in a rescheduling as opposed to a postponement or a cancellation. When you have all that content, all that information, you can then make that very specific call and have that very important dialogue with your client. Because what's important is you need to be confident. You need to make sure that you are expressing this information with strength. When I first started my business, I was 18 years old, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. It was sort of a situation I was in. I gave an opportunity to do a client's job, and I said yes, and I led for 5 years of my business, if not longer, with confidence. I didn't have knowledge, I didn't have credibility, but I had this understanding that I needed to exude confidence. And how do you do that, right? You don't want to exude confidence by lying, but what you do want to do is show your client, whether you're hired or you're currently in the situation we're dealing with right now with rescheduling, is that you hold yourself with a carriage. So you are standing up strong, shoulders back, confidence is being visually perceived first, and then vocally you want your tonality of your voice to exude strength. Not coming across braggadocious or conceited or arrogant. That's a whole separate world that we could talk with on another topic, but this has to come across as if you, and you do, care, and that you're connected, and that the confidence, care, connected, confidence, those are your 3 words. Those 3 words will give you the strength to explain to your client that rescheduling is the best outcome for your celebration. Now, we had to do that with several clients these past couple of weeks. We have a very large wedding coming up in Indonesia in June of this year. 2,500 people, which it was original, the conversation was going to be that the event was going to be postponed. And I suggested rescheduling, and I offered them up as many dates as I could. And over a period of 2 weeks, the dates went back and forth. They weren't accommodating to the bride and the groom who lived in 2 parts of the globe. And I had made myself completely available to every single one of the dates that were at a later time of this year, at the back end of 2020. And we've settled, and we're moving forward with a rescheduled date. I have a very large wedding that was happening in New York City that was going to be canceled because they didn't know what to do. Long story short, spoke to the vendors, spoke to the venue, and we rescheduled that event, that wedding, for a future date. So that remains on the books. We have a very big 1,000 person project in Washington, D.C. that's a corporate event. That was gonna happen this May, clearly can't happen. So that's being rescheduled for September, end of September 2020. We have a very large event in Scotland happening this June. Clearly not going to happen. But with multiple conversations, it's a social event, they've decided it's a birthday party, to reschedule it to rather being the 40th birthday party to being a 41st birthday celebration, same location, June 2021. So the messaging here is each client's scenario and specific kind of event they're having can be looked upon differently. With your confidence, with your knowledge, with the information you get from your vendors and venue and everyone else, you can manage, hopefully, a really successful outcome. So, lead with confidence, lead with care, and stay connected, and never, ever, ever exude fear. Yes, we have it. I know you do, and I know I do. But let them know we're here to be part of their experience. Because remember something, when your client met you, they probably maybe saw a photo of you, went online to look at your credentials or your website and find out a little bit more about you, but they don't know us personally. But once they hire us, once we are on board, contractually going to be their planner, their designer, whatever it is, we do somehow come to be their best friends. So when we're a very close friend in the very beginning, and then we become even a closer friend during the process of planning and designing. In the end, we're like their best friend. Now's the time, in the matter of rescheduling, to truly be their best friend. To give them the hope and give them the opportunity to know that this celebration will happen because we can make it happen.